Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and look who I have with me here today, Miss Kelly Healer Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Jean. Thank you so much. I'm so excited we get to talk about crystals again today and crystal grids. It's my jam.
I was so excited. We just get so giddy when we start talking about these crystals, and it's it's so fun. I Let me just see. I have something playing back in the background.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. All right. So, hi, Michelle Krantz. Hi, Leona. Hi, Barbara Berkman. And Barbara is the one who sent the email. Nice to see you. And I'm just gonna clear that up right off the top, I think. And Barbara, I
Mhm.
think that your the photo that you sent of the grid, I think Nancy Jean did the grid for you. And a lot of people get me and Nancy Jean mixed up, and that's quite all right because both of our names are Jean. But Nancy Jean did the grid for you, and what I would suggest is I think that on the back of the grid, she usually has like the list of the stones and what they mean, and perhaps an email that came along with it um, for the intention. So, but I would definitely reach back out to Nancy Jean and to find out a little bit more information there. Mary Kay Lim is here, Carolyn Loving Life, Nancy Riker, Annie Bear. Annie Bear's here. Annie Bear, I think I missed you this morning. I had it on my calendar that you were on with me um, at 9:30 Pacific, and that would be 12:30 my time. So send me an email and we'll reschedule again because I had everything set up. I was so looking forward to chatting with you. But I'm glad everything's okay and that you're here. Jenny in Virginia is here. As long as she says, "Oh no." It happens. It happened. It's happened to me more than I can count. I'm telling you, believe me, I understand. It's no big deal. We're all really busy with our schedules. It's
And then
easy
you
to
throw the
do.
holiday weekend or the holiday week on it, and I know I'm just yeah, I got a lot going on in this head up here.
I know. Oh, look, she said she was grocery shopping. Yep. Yep. It's okay, Annie Bear. No worries. But I'm looking forward to doing it again. So I'll send you a couple more dates. And everybody loved the image that I chose for Annie Bear too. It was a beautiful image. Brenda T. Imagine is here, and she says she's done that too. Ascending Universal Butterfly is here. Leona, Hibiscus Healing. Hi, Hibiscus Healing. Nice to see you. Um, Tinkerbell is here. Chris 942 is here. Brenda, nice to see you. Dolores, nice to see you. And Nancy, I think I said. And Cindy and Encinitas is here. Swooshing through. Look. User UD2VR7 is here. Nice to see everybody. And Michelle Krantz. Michelle, I don't know. Do you remember when I did a little reading? I think it was with Gerald and I. We did a little reading for your mom, and you were one of the first ones. And then at the end, I still felt like your mom wanted to come through. So I don't know if you ever went back and watched the end, but I came back before the end of the show and I brought your mom in again. So I'm not sure if you were able to see that. I would encourage you to go back and listen because your mom had more to say. She kept like hanging out here. And I'm like, I've just got to go back. Hmm. Hmm. Yep, there's lots going on. So, are you cooking for Thanksgiving there, Kelly?
I am. I I am. We typically have it like around 2 o'clock, but we're going to be having it later. Um, later this year because my daughter-in-law has got a Thanksgiving that she's got to attend, and my son's working, and so we're going to be having it later. But yeah, I'm just doing a small turkey breast this year in the crock pot, and then the sides are what I really get so excited about. I'm going to do the green bean casserole, yams, squash, cheesy potatoes, and I'm going to do Annie Bear's cranberry sauce. She has it posted on her community page that I've never tried that. I'm excited to try that. And I don't know if there's I could be missing something. Oh, and then just like dinner rolls, and I'm gonna make a homemade chocolate zucchini cake, and then I'm gonna do store bought pumpkin pie.
Yeah. Yep.
What are you doing?
That sounds wonderful. That sounds really, really great. And I heard somebody did a cost analysis with Costco, and she said that the Costco was this huge giant pumpkin pie for $5.99. And she said, I really make my own pumpkin pie every year, and I make a really good one. She said, but I couldn't make all my own for $5.99. She said it was so easy. And so they tried that. This was like a mock Thanksgiving. They tried all the new Costco brands. And it is true. Sometimes, depending on what you're buying, it's a little bit cheaper just to buy it, and it's just as good. But then again, you can the pumpkin pie. There's just so many little variations. I am cooking soup to nuts, and I was the one in the kitchen with my mother up at the crack of dawn, cooking Thanksgiving dinner, for the as ever since I could help her in the kitchen. So I have made Thanksgiving dinner more times, but my mother does like a Southern style with like cornbread dressing and a couple of different
Mm.
Southern things that we don't do. It's very decadent, and so I've evolved the sides, and I tried to make things that I've seen. The one I like to do either call it stuffing or dressing, but Rachel Ray makes a very good, like, homemade breadcrumb stuffing or bread cube stuffing with
Mhm.
apples and celery and onion, and it's so very fragrant with the fresh sage, and like I like to make something that is unique and different, and not just not just like, I don't know, not just like throw everything in and make it mush, Like I like to make it a little bit more unique. I don't know.
I love that. I do make, yeah, whether you call it dressing or stuffing, it's not stuffing because I'm doing my turkey breast in the crock pot, but I do a sausage. I put hot spicy sausage in my stuffing. Everybody
They
seems to
say
like.
breakfast sausage really makes it. Now, I don't think I've ever had stuffing with the sausage in it, but everybody seems to really love it, and it seems to be just something that you add to it. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. But you guys, we're not here to talk about Thanksgiving. We are here to talk about crystal grids. And Kelly and I are so very excited. We have a lot of things to show you, a lot of things to review with you. And so let's go ahead and get started. What I wanted to, let me just bring this up. I wanted to show you a few. Well, Kelly, um, tell me a little bit about how you learned about crystal grids and how you've used crystal grids, if you don't mind, just telling us a little bit of background. And I'm going to make us come in a little closer here.
I started using crystal grids probably, oh, at least 20 years ago. And I took crystal classes and kind of way back when, but ironically I bought a crystal grid and I've just kept the one grid that I have. And you can use them for intentions or you can use them for releasing. I typically use them for my intentions. And I was showing Jean backstage. I have a I have a
I
goddess
think a
one.
little closer, Kelly. Yeah, there she is. Okay, now she's there.
And
Yeah.
then And so what I do is I don't do a lot of crystals, but I have um this really cool eye agate.
Wow.
Isn't
Oh
that?
my gosh, that is so cool.
And so I will put that on her third eye, and then I have a pink rose quartz, and I put that on her heart. And then for love, because it's all done with intention. So this is for opening my third eye. And I do have some information on that one, because it is kind of a unique crystal. I don't know if I brought it with me though. I don't think I did. Anyway, it's an eye agate. A person can look it up. It is really for helping. It's for protection and for opening up your third eye. And then I use uh, citrine for manifestation and abundance. And so those little circles that I showed you, I place those there. And then I have malachite that I use for grounding, and I put that right there. And then I have sodalite and clear I love clear quartz. And so I definitely always have clear quartz. And I'll have amethyst. And what else do I oh, there's my amethyst. And so anyway, I set it up like that. And then what I do is I put my big ones on the outside of it, facing to send these crystals energy. And so I'll take my wands and I'll put these on the outside. And and really, Jean, I mean, don't you think there's really no wrong or way, as long as you're putting your intentions into it, however you design it, it's exactly the way it should be. And so that's that's kind of a quick thing. And then I have my selenite wand that I always use to direct my crystals and clear them too, to help um clear the energy off of them. That's just a little briefing on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for showing us that. And since Kelly showed hers, I'm going to show you mine. And I'm very much obsessed by the flower of life. And I know
Yes.
that's and what it is it leaves it open. And with every intersection, you can do every point, every single point, or you can do every intersection. And so I would start with a very small little generator, here, and I would place it in the center of the flower of life. And then I get all these little bitty, tiny, small little crystals and crystal, I don't know, shards, shavings, little tiny
Mhm.
ones. And you place these around, and then you would place your next stone. Let me get something that you guys can see. You would place the next stone sort of in the next intersection where it and these crystals would map and link in this particular flower of life. I like to map and link the stones. You don't have to have these. You can just put the different stones. It's hard to see, you guys. I'm going to show you more pictures, but the different stones in the different flowers, and place it around. And then what you would do is this is the center, it's hard to see. You would place your intention either with your wand or with your finger. Whatever your intention is, whatever it is, you place your intention here. And then you bring this intention to each stone here. You bring the intention here. You bring the intention here, and you repeat it to yourself over and over again. over and over again. I will sleep a restful night's sleep. I will sleep a restful night's sleep. And then you bring the energy to each stone from one to the other. And whatever this is, a healing stone, whatever type of uh, healing or improvement that you would like to manifest is what kind of a stone you would choose. Now you can use the crystal and just these crystals and make whatever you want. Program the stone into
Mhm.
whatever you want. Let's say you don't have any healing stones, you only have this and an amethyst. You can program any clear crystal to whatever energy you intend. So that's just, this is just a little, I'm not showing you everything. We're just showing you a little bit of what we have here because I have some really interesting images that I wanted to share. And the first one is some crystal grids that you can find online because I know that Michelle was just asking.
And you don't have to have a grid. You can print out you can print out a grid on paper. You can go online and get one and just use paper, or you could even make your own special grid. And each grid has a different meaning.
And this is, you were reading my mind here, Kelly. Kelly didn't know I had these. So this is an image, and this is crystals and jewelry.com. And, or you can print, you can just look up sacred geometry and you can print this out. This is the Flower of Life one that I have. You can print this out. Now it's nice to have the board because it's not just on a paper and the board is a little bit more, um, transport. You can transport it around. Let me see if I have one more. That's a paper one. Now this one gives you suggestions like malachite here, bloodstone here, amethyst here, here, and here. There's different ones that you can program, and it'll tell you what. Oh, I see. This is a recovery. If you need for help with recovery, these are the stones that you would use. Amethyst in the four directions, bloodstone here, malachite here, amethyst around here, and then Botswana agate in the center. Now, these are all just suggestions, like Kelly said. And I don't know if anybody can see, but there is a Reiki symbol in the background for healing and recovery. Isn't that cool? Can you see that, Kelly?
Yeah, that's super cool.
I
Mhm.
just noticed that Reiki symbol was back there. But you can go to crystalsandjewelry.com and find these. Now, these are just some that I saved as an example. And I also wanted to show you some of the, let me just, sorry, hit the wrong thing. I wanted to show you some examples of the crystal grids. You can use large crystals. You can incorporate groups of crystals. This is a selenite. No, it's not. It's a salt lamp, which Kelly and I were both talking about recently. And you can put out amulets or, um, you know, sacred images, sacred pieces, sacred, I guess you would call them amulets. Yeah. And then you can use whatever photo or whatever image you are inspired to. And this one, the generator here is up on a pedestal it's like I think it's a felt pillow. I have one of these little felt pillows
Oh,
and
sure.
they have like a direction. I just thought this was really beautiful.
It
And
is.
you can see, I'm going to go through these pretty quickly and then we can talk about it. Yeah, like your altar. This one is just a blue fluorite one. This is just an image. Sorry, you guys. This is just, they're not in any kind of order. This is the sacred geometry. And with the sacred geometry, it also has energy and code already incorporated into it. And it's a good suggestion to begin with the sacred geometry. And look at this one. This is just so magnificent. And it's so very powerful. And you can see that all the points are pointing in the same direction. It's just so beautiful.
I love that.
And this one is for new moon blessings. You can have like a sphere in the center and have it, something that's symmetrical, intentional. This one is so pretty.
I love
I'm just
that.
going to run through these. This one incorporates flowers. Anything in nature, it all has energy. Anything with energy, you guys, it's just so amazing. And it doesn't have to be really big stones. It could be little bitty chips of stones. This is really tiny. This one's so pretty too.
Oh, I love it.
Hmm. And this one somebody did out on the in the beach.
Beach.
So
I
cool. I love
love
that
that.
spiral. Look at this one. It's full moon,
Whoa.
and I cleaned my house from top to bottom, getting more and more organized. And my crystals let go of everything I don't need, making room for the new. And she has this pyramid. I want a copper pyramid, and
Yes.
it is really beautiful. I mean, this is somebody who's really serious about crystal grids, and all she did was do cement uh, centrifugal circles all around. And look, she even incorporated her jewelry. This is a bracelet here that she has. I just thought this was magnificent. And I have collected all of my crystals and cleaned them and put them out in the moon.
Yep, I
Uh,
have
this
too.
is this is just the let me just skip that. That one's so this is a one that I have been drawn to. This is a Sri Yantra, and I used to doodle and make all of these triangles, and I never knew what I would. When I saw this Sri Yantra, I remembered it. It was like this is a meditation sacred geometry, but you can also use it for your crystal grids.
I
And
love
this is
that.
the Fibonacci sequence. This is similar to that spiral that we saw on the beach. And here's a couple more images of sacred geometry, and we'll go back to these. I just want to go over, see which ones. Now this is something that Kelly wanted to go over, and this is the basics of crystal grids. And do you have that with you there, Kelly?
I don't.
Okay. And this one is, what is a crystal grid? A crystal grid is a geometric pattern or spiritual symbol of energetically aligned stones charged by intention set in a sacred space for the purpose of manifesting a particular objective, spiritual well-being and transformation. Crystal grids synthesize powerful crystal vibrations and sacred geometry energy. That's beautiful. It synthesizes the crystal vibration and the sacred geometry energy.
Yeah.
And it can be a very simple grid, or it could be a little bit more in depth. Why use a crystal grid? By placing your stones in a geometric arrangement, the crystal energy is enhanced exponentially. Your intention is being amplified through the stones and then sent out to the universe in a clear and direct way. It really does work, you guys. It really does
Mhm.
work. And make your own. Choose your own. Choose the stones for the healing that you want, or choose clear crystal and make the intention that you do want. Beginner tips. See, any kind of crystal can be used in your grid, but be sure its properties corresponding to your intent and purpose. By using sacred geometry, you can enhance and boost the power and energy of the crystal grids. Now, my first crystal grid I did freehand, and I did on a poster board, just a white piece of poster board. And I just did like 6 or 8 or 9 crystals around a center crystal, just so that I could learn how to go in and out, go to the generator to the crystal, generator to the crystal, and then from crystal to crystal. And each time you're repeating and intending what the outcome would be, and then trusting, bringing it back to the generator and allowing for the crystal grid to manifest, letting go and trusting that the grid will do its work. And my first one was not a sacred geometry. So if you want to practice with, just a circle or just a square, it's fine. Do the four directions if you want. It says if you're just starting, don't have it, and don't have any crystals at hand, you can use stones, seashells, rocks, and in your grid. You can use regular rocks, things from nature. You'll see. I think I have a photo of one that has a lot of nature incorporated. So we'll come back to ways to use it. And this is a very good direction. This is a very good um, example. It says how to create a crystal grid. Set your intention. And these are some suggestions of what kind of intention. If you want to increase your intuition, if you want to bring love towards you or around you, if you need healing, if you want to increase your joy, if you want growth, if you need, more money. I'm laughing because who doesn't, right?
Yep.
And then they say choose a layout. Now, these are all the sacred geometries, but like I said, it can just be a simple cross or just a simple geometric pattern. It doesn't have to be sacred geometry, but these sacred geometries have energy and encoded in them already, and would increase the outcome. And then select your crystals. Like I said, it can be uh, intentional, like you use the rose quartz for love, or you can just use what you have and work with it that way. The amethyst would be for intuition. The aventurine would be for abundance. The solidite would be for communication, and the carnelian would be for empowerment. So this is a really good, quick reference, I would have to say, right?
I do.
Quick little.
I love that. And the money thing, what just a little tip on what I will sometimes do is I always try to keep $100 bill, and I will keep that underneath my grid with my intentions. And then I will even like cut out of, because I have so many vision boards, I'll cut out like dollar amounts, and I will put like large dollar amounts that, I've cut out of a magazine, and I'll put those under my grid. And then if you want to intensify the manifestation, you can put pyrite alongside your grid to, with that intention too. And then I also do like coins, because I'll find coins from my ancestors. I have my grandma leaves me pennies, and my cousin leaves me dimes, and my dad leaves me quarters. And so I always, I always have like a quarter or a dime, on my on or near, just kind of in honor that, I know they're helping me manifest, and to show that, what, I found your coins, and I'll add them to my grids too.
Yes, absolutely. That's a beautiful, beautiful suggestion. And Annie Bear saying, excellent, Kelly.
Oh.
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's go on. These are some more grids, um, and they have intentions here: new beginning, manifestation, creativity. This is really getting into it, but you guys can take a little screenshot if you're interested. The spiral is for expansion, and this Metatron's cube is for divine connection. I love this Merkaba is for spiritual awakening. No wonder I love it, right? And it's just something that I'm drawn to. I didn't know it was for spiritual awakening. I just read it now.
Yep.
And this is the Reiki grid for healing, and the Vesica Pisces for balance. I mean, these are just really, really, really good suggestions here, Kelly. I love that.
Oh, thank you. And you said that you were drawn to the copper pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you add that to your grid, like the copper pyramid, or even just like a triangle, that helps with ascension and manifestation too.
Wow. Yeah, I wanted my husband to build me one that I could sit in.
Oh, wouldn't that
I
be beautiful?
and I saw like a YouTube video and I sent it to him. I'm like, "Can you make me?" He goes, "No way." I said, "Come on, you can make it. Come on." He's like, "You do it if you want it." I'm like, "Ah." So
Come
this one
on.
is so beautiful and colorful. And you see, this is loosely in a grid, you know, and it doesn't have to be the sacred geometry, but it does, you know, synthesize and exponentially increase the power of your grid. This is so beautiful.
It is, and she doesn't have anything. She's just using her tabletop. She didn't have anything underneath it, as
Yeah.
far as, a designed grid.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's about balance.
Hmm.
And it may take you a couple of times before when you feel like it looks right, you can move some things around. Like this may not be in every, you know, in every balanced point. Like she may not have this pink one in every place, but it's okay. Like this one is different. This one is different. It's okay. Like it doesn't have to be exact. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's about how it feels when it's completed, you know? Um, oh, and this is celestite. This really nice too. I love all these. I love all these crystals.
It's
And these are
beautiful.
tiny, you know, they're tiny.
And and it's all about
Mm.
feel too. I mean, when I look at that, it has such a soft, comforting, just peaceful feeling, doesn't it? I love it.
It really, really, really does. I love all the soft, gentle colors, peaceful.
Me
You're
too.
right. Mhm. It is. It is. So, you know, it's not always what's written in a book, it's how it makes you feel as well. So this
Hmm.
is the one I was talking about that was all, you know, nature generated. Mhm. Isn't that cool? I
Wow.
love that. And these are stones and then sticks and then moss and then it's just really beautiful. And how much exponentially powered can you get from nature, right?
Yes.
When you set it in, you know, I'm going to build one of these in my backyard right now. You know, it's just very inspiring.
I want to do one of those in my backyard too. Absolutely. Oh my
It's,
gosh, yes.
it's so inspiring. Oops. So this is the one I showed you before. Here's a little cute photo.
Oh, I love that.
And this is, I'll go back to this because we didn't really get into the Sri Yantra and all the meanings. I think I like yours. How did I get to the end? Why can't I do that? I think I may be at the end. Yeah. But I really loved, now see this one I only had the names, but yours had the meanings. I thought that was really interesting. And this one I skipped over. So let's go back to this one. And this is saying how to grid with gems and crystals. Grids are intentional arrangements of stones designed to raise energy for a specific purpose. Now, see, this is not with this is in a geometric balance type of a form or placement, but it doesn't always have to be sacred geometry under it. And then so what you need is you want to gather 4 pieces of each stone you want to work with. So 4 of this one, 4 of that one, 4 of this one. Now these, they made them exactly alike, but really stones are so individual that it's very hard to find them exactly alike. Like this one and this one and this one are not exactly alike. But here they have it pictured exactly alike.
Yeah.
You want to get one clear quartz generator for the center. Now, you use something different for your center. Is that correct? You don't always use a clear quartz. I say a generator. Now, clear quartz is probably most common, but it's not the only thing, right?
Yeah, and because it's a goddess. What I do is I'll put a clear quartz generator on. I actually, because I have it sitting up there. I have it right above her head, but I'll do a small point with a little baby on one of the circles around her.
Yeah, and that's an intention. That's a particular goddess intention, and I love that. Um, and it says, place one of each stone facing the four cardinal directions. Gridding in any sacred geometric shape is powerful. Use your intention to arrange by shape, color, texture, or size, or other category. See, it says use your intention to arrange. And it says if you get four of each kind of stone, and that this is a very simple grid. And you can move this one, you can move these to the outside, you can move the little shards or the little points to the inside, and just use your intention, use your intuition to feel how it feels. Yeah, that one
I,
was really beautiful. Go
it's
ahead.
really important, when if when you have put your intentions into your grid, and once you've manifested what it is that you want, it's really important then when you dismantle your grid to thank it, to thank your grid. And even after you put your intentions in, thank it like then whatever it is that you're intending to manifest has already happened. And so thanking your grid, and then afterwards to make sure that when you're dismantling it, you thank each crystal, and then cleanse the stones.
Yeah. Yeah. So you want to activate your crystal grid and clarify your intention. And you want to say that I am aligned with abundance and flow. And you want to cleanse the space with your crystal grid with sage or a singing bowl, or just visualizing a white light washing over the crystals. And you want to do this in a sacred space. You want to make sure that you're in a calm area with calm intentions, and get yourself in a relaxed state, and calling your spirit guides, and raise your vibration, and slowly with intention place the crystals on the grid or on your table or on the floor, wherever you'd like to do it, but do it with intention. Do it with reverence. Bring in all of this energy, and it makes a difference um, with the outcome, with the potency of the crystal grid. You want to connect to the grid energetically, and you can use, like Kelly said, she uses her selenite wand, and I wanted to show you guys. Oh, here, let me pull it up a little bit more. This is just applewood. This is an applewood wand, and it's a very dense wood. It's very dense, and it's impossible to bend. It's very hard. But I use this for cord cutting. We did this in cord cutting, but you can use this for intentions, or you can use your finger. And Kelly, show us your wand, your selenite wand that you use.
I
Wow,
have this
that's
one.
that's beautiful. And and you would go from the center and do a circle, and then you would go from the center to each crystal, and you would be asking or reciting the same intention with reverence and gratitude. So, do you have like an example of what you would say?
I Well, no, I don't have an example, but it just kind of depends on what it is I'm manifesting. And sometimes, whatever a person's manifesting is so personal. And so, I do think it's really important, whether you're manifesting or if you're releasing, I really truly recommend writing it down, and then slipping it under the grid. And you can be creative too. And I really want to stress the fact that there is no wrong or right way of doing it. Whenever you're putting your intentions into it is exactly the way it is supposed to be. The goddess grid that I have, just a little bit of information on that one. It amplifies divine feminine energy, and it focuses on creation intuition, nurturing, empowerment, flow, and it's supposed to help with heart expansion. It encourages self-love, emotional healing, and open to receiving love. And then the womb sacral healing supports creativity, fertility, and energetic or physical fertility, restoring flow. And then it's supposed to help with inner strength, empowerment, and it helps strengthen your voice, boundaries, sovereignty, and personal truth. Compassion nurturing brings warmth, comfort, and a sense of being held by the universe. And it helps you draw the feminine frequencies of love and abundance and opportunities. And that's why I chose this board probably, oh my gosh, 20 plus years ago. Is I liked what I liked what she had to offer. And I think back then I bought it off eBay or somewhere. I know it wasn't. It was probably under $10.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you can use the pieces of paper, you can just print them out. There's all kinds of, sacred geometry. You can find a photo that you like or that inspires you, and use that as well. Or you can just use your own, like they said, to do it in the four directions and then go out from there and do it instinctively, or, using your intuition. Um, the more you put yourself into it, the more you put your um, intention. It's the more specific, the more intention, the more reverent, the more sacred is, the better the outcome. And or you can say, Gene, I'm just going to try this. Like when I went to that class and I told you I had that little flimsy, it was a little, poster
Yes.
board, and they had like museum gum to help it from, so the crystals didn't fall off and we could bring it home. And I brought it in the car and it had bent when I put it in the seat next to me, and I finally brought it in the house. And I just had clear quartz in a circle around and a generator in the center. And, they were really little ones, but it worked. It really worked. And my intention was for me not to keep opening up the refrigerator, because every time I walked in that kitchen, and I'm like, why? It's almost like you do it subconsciously.
You do.
You don't even realize you're doing it.
Yep.
So I wanted to do that, and I programmed it so that I would be distracted or not interested in the refrigerator or opening it anymore, and I would stop that habit, or that I would be interested in something else and not open it as much. But it's important for your intention to be positive. Not Don't say don't open the refrigerator. You can say, when I go into the kitchen, I'll be drawn to things that are healthy for me, that are happy for me, that are to my highest benefit or something.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
it did work. I actually placed it on top of the refrigerator. I forgot all about it. And I realized a couple of weeks later, I'm like, I'm not opening that refrigerator as much anymore.
It does. It does really work. And just quickly on, because I find myself mainly doing them with my intentions. But it's say you wanted to, you have some stuff that you really want to release and really work on. Then I would recommend black tourmaline, smoky quartz, jet, obsidian, and doing exactly kind of what we talked about when you place your crystals on the grid. Put your intention of what it is that you want to release. But I would put some selenite still in there too, because that's a good releasing one too. They don't all have to be, and probably some clear quartz, but I would definitely do, the darker, the smoky quartz, the jet, the obsidian, and the black tourmaline, if you wanted to do, one specifically for releasing.
You know what? I just thought of something. Do you mind if I go grab something? I totally forgot. Hang on, you guys. Kelly, do you mind taking over
Yeah.
a second? I'll be
No,
right back. I have to run to my
absolutely.
room. Hang on.
so I am going to share with you one of the crystals that I always put on my either right on my grid or alongside my grid is garnet. And there too, it doesn't have to be a very big piece. It's a small piece. And this it cleanses and regenerates our chakras and revitalizes and purifies and balances our energy. And it's said to be able to warn of approaching danger and beneficial. Like if a person's having like a lot of crisis going on in their life, this is really good for that. And it helps bring courage, hope, um, into situations that might seem hopeless. And it activates the pituitary gland and expands awareness and past life recall. So garnet will also activate other crystals. So this is really an important one to have. If you doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be very big, but if you can put it either on your grid or alongside your grid and benefit, especially now coming into the holidays, it's supposed to stimulate our metabolism. So there you
Wow.
have it.
I do. I have appetite too for my metabolism as well. I
That works
forgot all
too,
about
yeah.
this, and I wish I could bring you all to my house, but I have this. It's a little plastic grid, and I put you said protection, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have a protection. These are my protection stones. And I don't know if it won't stay there, but you put them in any type of a balanced way around your grid, and I use this as my protection grid. And this is all, and it's always there. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're talking about black. I have this, and you're talking, and I'm like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, I didn't show that. Well, you can. Ooh,
Well, and
I
that's
have to get
perfect. That's
that.
perfect, Jean, because I mean, I was talking about releasing, but another way is just to have a protection one too. I love that.
I do. I have this on in my room all the time. It's always set up, and it's a little plastic thing. I don't even know where I got it. I'm sure I got it on the internet somewhere, but I was infatuated with this. This is a Metatron's cube, but it's so easy that all my and I use these for despacho ceremonies, and these whenever you do ceremony or you do I put these in the corners of the room. You put these whatever room you're in, you're setting a sacred space. These little bitty ones I put in the corners of the room. I do my sacred ceremony, and then when I'm done, I clean up my ceremony things, and I go back around and I collect these. These are watchers. They keep the sacred. They keep the boundaries of the sacred. Of the ceremony, of the sacred space that you're creating for the ceremony. And I have used these and I love these, but I also use them for my grid as well. But it's so, and you were talking about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have one I have to show her.
I love it. And the crystals that you use on there, are they obsidian or what are they?
They're black tourmaline.
Oh, black tourmaline. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
Uh-huh.
love that.
Uh-huh. They're so cool. And I just dropped one. But yeah, so I did it. Have you ever done a despacho ceremony? If I thought I could do a despacho ceremony online, I would. It was one of the most transformational, energetic ceremonies I've done. And Annie Bear might be aware of it, but you you set the stage, you set your sacred space, and then on a table you put like white paper, or even you can even use newspaper, but something that you can crumple up, and you put like chocolate, sugar, tobacco, leaves, flower heads, like dried flower heads. You put seeds and grain and corn and like different offerings, and with each offering you repeat an intention. And so whatever this despacho is, and it sort of is mounded up in the center, and then you fold in the paper and you roll it up and you bring it outside and you burn it in a bonfire, and it smells and releases all of your intentions out into the universe. And I'm telling you, I could feel the energy jumping and vibrating the whole time we were doing this ceremony. We were standing in on around a table. We removed all the chairs and we had placed all of this here. And it was three of us, and we've repeated whatever the intention was for each. Like, you could put bay leaves, all of those aromatics, all of those sweet, and each one was a different intention. This one is for prosperity, this one is for health, this one is for communication. And we would have this little sort of uh like um I hesitate to say spell, but a little intention that we would recite. And it was just so beautiful to put it all together. And it's like all these dried flowers are in there. It's really beautiful. It's similar to what that other thing looked like out in nature. And then you roll it up and burn it. But it's really, I'm sure there's a little bit more to it that I'm not remembering right now. I'm just remembering um, yeah, my experience. So Annie Bear is saying to Pele, perhaps. Perhaps ours was not, but a despacho ceremony may be. Pele is Hawaiian, is it? But this is a Peruvian. But let me see. I know I have.
Annie and I just did a ceremony a couple weeks ago for a community member, and it was done similar to what you described. And well, Annie took a picture of her space that she had designed, and it was absolutely, she had sprigs of cedar, and it was just it and there too, it almost like a grid. She gridded with the cedar, and then I had mine here, and yeah, and the same thing. It's just the intentions, and we had the rose petals and the bay leaves, and the water and the salt, and it was really incredible.
And this one, they have money here, they have candy here, and look, he's making a little one for himself, and then there's a big one. I thought it was. I'm sure there's many different ways that you can do that. Um, I just tried to pull up a picture um,
Yeah, I did
on the
money,
internet.
and
So,
and Annie did cornmeal and salt too, and then lots of crystals. We did a lot of crystals too in the ceremony.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
It could be as small or as large as you like. But the idea is for organic, nature inspired, and things that are not detrimental to the environment that when you burn it.
Mhm.
Also, you would sprinkle like Florida water on there as well. But there's just so much. There's so much, and that's just reminded me of that grid and those stones. Those exact stones are the stones that we used to protect our sacred space when we did that despacho. And I was, it doesn't have to be these big things for protection. It's just something little, and you put them in the corners of the room to help to protect the boundaries of that room, so that nothing, is uh, so everything is protected.
And I
Hmm.
have them at my front door. In fact, I noticed we have a Ring camera at our front door, and somebody must have been delivering a package yesterday. And I have black tourmaline out there. I have selenite. Uh, I forget. I have a whole cluster of crystals sitting alongside the door, and whatever person was delivering a package yesterday, I later last night I looked, and he had bent down to look. He bent down to look at all the crystals, and then I have them again as when you walk in the door, just so anybody that comes through gets cleared too as you walk through my front door, and anybody that stands on my step too gets cleared.
It makes a difference.
Mhm.
I can walk into somebody's house and it can feel heavy and draining and tired. And I can walk into somebody's house and I feel it uplifting and I feel it welcoming and I feel it refreshing. And take notice of what you feel in different people's houses. And it's about the energy that they maintain in the house.
Truly
Um,
is.
and
Truly is.
and
And
if
now
somebody
coming
has
into Oh, go ahead.
if somebody has crystals in their house, I sure can feel it. Like Kelly, if I
Right?
come to your house, I'll be like, "Oh my gosh,
It's
get
like
me. Where's this?"
right? Yeah.
oh, oh my gosh, that is amazing. That is amazing. So I see some of you are saying where to get these, and honestly, I don't have any links. I don't have any recommendations, and I don't want to keep saying Amazon, but honestly, that's that's pretty much where I go. You can go to Etsy. You can go to there's a place called Shaman's Market, and you might want to try that one. Um,
Sage Goddess
yeah,
too. She's a good one. And eBay, I know that I think that's where I got mine from. If you want to, and right now I think we are supposed to be not
this
going
may have
into
come from
Amazon.
Sage Goddess. Now that you say it, because that's what
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's yeah, yeah. She's really good with, but she doesn't always have these things in stock all the time. But um, yeah, and it's really just a plastic thing. It's a little flimsy. I was concerned that I don't want to break it, but um, so I think, yeah, eBay, Etsy, Sage Goddess. Thank you, Annie Bear. Mm-hmm. Um,
I bet we could almost float at Kelly's. You know what? Everybody that's ever come into the house has said, "Oh my gosh, the energy in here is absolutely beautiful." But I work hard on trying to maintain it too. And another tip, you guys, too, just with the holidays, and even if you're having just a couple people to your house, you know what? Make sure you clear the energy before they come and when they leave too, because it's all that extra energy coming into your house.
yeah, for sure, for sure. She says people say my house feels like a sanctuary. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a
Yes.
beautiful intention. And it's important, inside and outside your house. Like all these little protective stones or different types of stones you can put outside around your house in the
Mhm.
corners of your house to protect. And it's not like you're protecting it from something really bad. You're just protecting the energy that you want to create in there, and you want to protect that and maintain that. And like if somebody's yelling at their kids all the time across the street, you just don't want any of that energy coming in. You want to maintain your energy. So it's sort of like a border or a boundary. So it's
It
nothing to
is.
fear.
And I have black tourmaline in each window on each corner of the house. I have black tourmaline, and I have citrine for abundance, and I have selenite too for clearing. So I keep those three stones in my windows.
In the windows, on the
In the
inside.
windowsill. Yep.
Oh, wow. Wow. Kelly, I have to say, when you and I started this and I said, "How about crystals?" And you're like, "I like crystals." I never thought I would ever meet anybody that was so overjoyed and so infatuated with crystals as much as I am. And now I found you. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God.
oh my gosh. I just absolutely, I mean, it's like everywhere I look, there's crystals on the floors, on the tables, on the nightstands, on the dress. It's just I'm constantly surrounded. I just love them so much. And
Mhm.
this is so much fun to do together. I mean, and I think we've just scratched the surface.
And it's
But
hard, we try and show you guys, the generator. Somebody asked what a shape a generator is. It's anything with a point at the top and a flat bottom, just something that would be taller, that you could place the other stones around, something a little bit taller than the rest of the stones. And the stones could be natural, they can be tumbled. And it's hard, I can't go like this because everything will slide off. But and you can just use, I have a lazy Susan that you use in your kitchen. And
I
it's a
love that
round
idea.
piece of wood. And you can put your crystals on that, or you can print out a piece of paper or draw a sacred geometry yourself. It's really, it's your intention is really makes the difference. And I encourage you to use the flowers and the stones from outside in nature and the little acorns. And I mean, they have such really beautiful energy. Kelly, I know that we could just go on forever if we started with that.
I know. Well, and while you're talking, I'm like, it would be beautiful if somebody was really trying to draw love into their life, whether, the unconditional love or self-love or romance. It would be cool just to draw out a heart, and you could just do it with paper, and then you could just put little hearts inside the heart, and you could put your generators and your rose quartz and all of that in there. I mean, that would be beautiful.
And centrifugal, it's not centrifugal hearts. It's just, make a small one, make a big one, and bigger one.
Yep.
What your imagination is just limitless. And um it's it's really, but this is just a small little introduction. It's a small little a taste, a little example. And I don't know, Kelly, maybe we can, I don't know. We'll talk backstage, but it's it's so very exciting, and the potential is there. And imagine just putting your energy and putting your thoughts and putting your hopes and your desires and your highest outcome, or your highest the highest good, your intentions in that, and putting that together in a crystal grid. And like I said, you don't have to, if you don't have crystals, you can use things in nature or go out and get stones out of the yard. It's really up to you. You can use sticks. I mean, it's just, you can use bay leaves. You can use things from around the house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Whatever it is. And when the roses are blooming, I will, a lot of times I will clip some roses, and I will put just, and nothing big, but just a small little bouquet by my grid, just kind of as appreciation for their
Oh.
hard work.
It really does. And tending to it, I think, and you can, re-energize it or reprogram it every so often. I had this one for health and healing my digestion. Well, I keep picking this up, but you can't see it. And I took all the stones off, and I'm going to put it together and do my intention again. It's good to revitalize it and change it up every so often. It may get stale, or, it's
Mhm.
important for your intention, your attention and intention to go into the grid. And that's why I had this one at the entrance of my room when I go in and out, with all that protection on it. Because I have all of my crystals, most of my crystals in that one room, all of my, spiritual work, all my posters. It's a crazy room. You would love it, Kelly.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
You would love it. It's like everywhere you look, there's feathers, there's this, there's that. It was from all of my classes and all of the things that I was taking and learning. I just collected it all through but you have it all through the house. I don't I have some of it in this room and most of it in that room, but I wish I could incorporate it all through the house.
I love it. It sounds absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Well, that will be the end of our show. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting us, and for just taking a little bit of time to consider possible possibilities. And these little stones, they're like $2 to $4, the little ones. And you can get like a pack of maybe 10 or 20 of these for maybe, $5.99 or something, these little ones, and just pick up a little generator. It doesn't have to be a perfect shape or size. I really encourage you to practice or to try it out and see what it is that you can connect with those crystals and your crystal grid. I thank you, Kelly, for your expertise, for your contribution to the show. I really appreciate it. And your love, your expertise, your intention, your appreciation for the energies. And it's very subtle energy, but I feel as though they're sentient. They have an awareness or a consciousness to them.
Right.
And it's part of Gaia, but it's in a more a smaller package, and each one is just a little different than the next. It's just beautiful interacting with them. And I'm telling you, I sleep with mine too. I told you
I
that.
do too. I do too. Yep. Yep. Under my pillow. They're all over the bed, and sometimes they roll around, and yeah. Yep. I love it.
I love it too. So thank you all very much. We will see you back again soon. I will be over on Wisdom Seeker Jones' channel in about 30 minutes, and we're going to be doing a your connection to spirit. And Scott from Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot is going to be joining us over there with Wisdom Seeker Joan. Please do come on over and see us there. Looking forward to seeing you.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.